You walk on two legs. You open doors. You speak in sounds no dog would ever make. And yet, somehow, your dog understands you completely. Welcome to Dog Facts Funny, Dog Edition, a place where we slow down and look closely at the quiet relationships animals build with us every day. Not through words, but through presence, routine, and emotional awareness. Dogs have been living alongside humans for thousands of years, not because they understand our words, but because they understand us in ways we rarely notice. Through posture, routine, scent, and emotion, dogs build a picture of the world that is deeply social and deeply intuitive. Today, we're exploring a truth supported by behavioral science and everyday observation. Your dog does not see you as human, not in the way you define yourself. And once you understand what they believe you are instead, the bond you share begins to make quiet sense. Not human, still family. Dogs evolved from wolves, animals that survive through cooperation, loyalty, and close social bonds. Their world has always been shaped by packs, groups built on trust, shared space, and emotional awareness. When dogs live with humans, they don't stop being pack-oriented. Instead, they adapt. They don't require you to look or behave like a dog to include you. They simply recognize that you belong. To your dog, you are not a different species living in their home. You are a familiar presence within their social circle, a being whose movements, scent, and routines are deeply known. They don't question your lack of fur or your strange habits. They don't need you to follow canine rules perfectly. What matters is consistency, proximity, and shared life. You are part of their group. The pack anchor. This is why dogs follow you from room to room. Not out of neediness, but out of orientation. In their world, staying close to important members keeps the pack connected and stable. Over time, your dog memorizes your footsteps, your voice, and the rhythm of your day. They know when you are nearby, even without seeing you. They know when you leave, and they feel when something essential is missing. You are not just a member of the pack. You are the anchor. Your presence grounds them. Your absence creates uncertainty. When you are home, the world makes sense. How dogs really read you. Humans rely heavily on faces. We read emotion in eyes, smiles, and expressions. Dogs do something different. Dogs read bodies. They notice posture, movement, and energy. A slight slump in your shoulders. A change in how you walk. The speed of your breath. These signals speak more clearly to them than words ever could. Your tone matters more than your language. Your body tells the story before your face does. Dogs are not guessing how you feel. They are observing it. Scent is the story. A dog's nose is not just sensitive, it is informational. Through scent, dogs gather emotional data. They can smell stress, excitement, sadness, and calm. When you come home, your scent tells them where you've been and what you experienced. It tells them if you are tense or relaxed before you speak a word. To a dog, scent is memory, emotion, and context combined. They don't just see you arrive, they read you. Because dogs are so tuned into emotion, they often mirror what they sense. If you are anxious, your dog may become restless. If you are sad, they may stay closer. If you are calm, their body softens. This is not imitation, it is empathy. Studies show that dogs' stress hormones can rise and fall alongside their humans. Your emotional state becomes part of theirs. You are not experiencing your feelings alone. Your dog is experiencing them with you. Affection as action. When a dog leans against you, it is not accidental. It is closeness. When they lick your hand, it is grooming. When they bring you a toy, it is sharing. These are not obedience behaviors. They are bonding gestures. In canine social groups, sharing space and resources builds trust. When your dog offers you something important to them, they are including you in their world. They are saying, quietly, you matter to me. You as safe zone. The world can feel unpredictable to a dog. Loud noises, strangers, sudden changes. In those moments, dogs look to you, not for commands, but for emotional cues. If you are calm, they settle. If you are fearful, they become uncertain. Your presence provides orientation. Your reaction tells them whether the world is safe. You are not background noise. You are reference. This is why separation anxiety exists. It is not about missing entertainment or food. It is about losing access to the emotional center of the world. When you leave, something essential disappears. When you return, it is restored. Your dog's joy is not just excitement. It is relief. The world feels whole again. Your dog does not see you as human. They do not label you by species. They see your energy, your scent, your routines, your care. You are not a dog. You are not a human. You are theirs. And in their world, that is everything. When we talk about how dogs see us, it's easy to drift toward labels. Owner, handler, leader, pet parent. But those words belong to human systems. Dogs don't organize the world that way. They experience life through connection, through scent, routine, and emotional presence. And within that experience, you are not a separate category. You are woven into their understanding of safety and belonging. Your dog does not wake up each day thinking about rules or hierarchy. They wake up thinking about who is here, who is close, and who makes the environment feel stable. Over time, your presence becomes part of the landscape of their life, as essential as walls, pathways, and familiar sounds. This is why small moments matter. The way you move through the house, the tone you use when you speak, the calm you carry when the world outside feels unpredictable. Your dog is constantly reading these details, not consciously, but intuitively. And in doing so, they build a relationship that doesn't depend on language. It depends on consistency, trust, and shared time. When your dog leans into you, waits near the door, or relaxes only once you sit down, they're not asking for anything. They're responding to what already exists between you. A bond built slowly, reinforced daily, and felt rather than spoken. Understanding this changes how we see loyalty. It's no longer about obedience or training success. It's about mutual regulation. The way two beings learn to steady each other simply by being close. So when your dog looks at you, they're not searching for commands. They're checking in with the center of their world. And when they stay near you, it's not because they have to. It's because, to them, that's where things make sense. So the next time your dog looks at you, follows you quietly from room to room, or settles near you without asking for anything, remember what you're seeing. Not obedience, not dependence, but connection. Dogs don't analyze relationships the way humans do. They don't keep score. They don't question belonging. They simply include. And once you're included, you become part of how the world feels safe, predictable, and whole. To your dog, you are not just someone they live with. You are the steady presence they orient around, the familiar scent, the emotional reference point they trust when things feel uncertain. If you enjoy exploring these quieter truths about animal behavior, consider subscribing to the channel. We take time here to slow down, observe, and understand animals as they experience the world, not as we expect them to. Thank you for spending this time with us, and we'll see you in the next story.